Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Shadow from TCG, bringing you guys another video. Unfortunately, my other Reiju videos were corrupted, so I was not able to finish editing all of them. So now I'm starting my Lucci ones that I recorded last week at League. So this is when I was preparing for regionals for Peoria last Saturday that just passed. I was getting a couple rounds in. I ended up facing my buddy Andrew, who's playing Reiju. I won dice roll, so he ended up going first, and he opens up with stage, chucking this, tapping stage and chucking the ECG to search, and he finds another ECG, which is scary seeing this as a Lucci player because, Reiju can rush you down pretty freaking fast, especially when he starts playing the Porsches to, baby ECGs, and he already has this trash set up to bring out the big one. So, when it was my turn, I just drew a card, which I drew into stage. I already had stage to start, so I just did the infamous Lucci play and, tapped the 2, play stage, passed to him, and then now he's searching, dropped that ECG that he searched the last turn, and looking for another piece. Right here, he's gonna think for a little while, but he ends up grabbing the baby Reiju, which is an essential piece. It lets you draw 2 cards if you're able to do the big Reiju combo, either from hand or from the trash. So he's at least finding his Germa pieces that he needs. So he ended up grabbing that. He plays 1 for Kaya. This is to filter his hand. Lets me know he's trying to find pieces here. So he's given up a 2K specifically just to find, more than likely, the Ichijis. He ends up chucking a Niji from this Kaya, and he's thinking about what else to chuck. And he chucks a Gina, one of the Foxy Pirates 2K counter. Swing 7 with his life. I take it. I draw another stage, which is unfortunate. So I need to filter out my hand. So board on turn. Swing 5 with Lucci leader to mill 2. Fill up this trash for later plays. And I'm going to tap 4 and play the Khalifa. I do this specifically to filter out the hand to get rid of cards I don't need. So I'm going to trash the 2 stages. I don't need them anymore. Reiju doesn't play anything that KOs the stage, so I had nothing to worry about. I draw an Isho and a Suru, I believe, so way better than 2 stages in hand. I at least got a 2K out of this. So he does stage search, chucks another Ichiji, and looks at the top 3. So at this point, he's found 3 out of the 4 big Ichijis that he runs. He grabs Judge from the search. More than likely, this probably because he didn't have anything else. It was probably Foxy Pirates in that search. He plays the Ichiji out. Don Minus is bring out the big one. He's gonna reduce the Khalifa by 2,000. It's active, so nothing to worry about. It's gonna stick. And he swings 7 with the Ichiji. I'm gonna take this hit. Don't have the counter to waste for that. So I take that. Growls to Sabo. Swing 6 with leader. I can give him a 2K with that. Pass his turn to me. I have the 6 cost Brook, which is perfect for the removal here because I'm just going to swing 5 mil to do the lead ability to reduce the EGG by 1. Then I can tap stage and reduce it by another 2, and it puts him at 4 cost. And the 6 cost Brook, on playability, I'm going to choose trash a 4 cost character on my opponent's side of the field. It does have another one where my opponent would choose 3 cards and put them to the bottom of the deck. But I'm not opting to do that. That's good against BY Luffy if he only has the 5 costs in trash, or Nami. So Brook hits the field, trashes that Ichiji. I pass turn after that. He's at 6 Don right now. He's at good pace to be able to play out the Judge that he drew earlier. Hasn't Don minus too much. I feel like Reiju this set needs to kind of get there in some matchups, but using this engine, the Foxy Pirates engine, you do kind of Don minus a lot, which is good against RP Law matchups because RP Law was a pain for Reiju. But he does Porsche's ability and whiffs, unfortunately, but he does play out Ichiji from hand and he continues to do his pressure. I remind him to draw from his leader. I forget to do it a lot, but I was just letting him know so he doesn't forget it and misses out on that draw. So he plays out the big Ichiji, Don minus 1 for it. So he's down 2 Don in this one turn. Subtracts 2 to Brook. Again, Brook is active, so I don't have to worry about losing him. He's gonna tap stage, chucks a pudding, and he's gonna search top 3 for another piece of the Power Ranger crew. He ends up grabbing Sora. Sora's on play. You have to trash a card from hand, and you get to grab one of the little Power Rangers from the trash. So you can grab the ECG and continuously cycle it. The only thing is again, you're wasting a 2K counter doing this move. So he's got 3 Don left. I believe he's gonna attach a Don to ECG. Yep, and he's gonna swing for 8 at my lead. I take it. I draw another Gecko. He swings 7. I give him 3K counter with the Suru and the Sabo. Now it's my turn. I am, I believe, at 8 Don. I'm trying to figure out how to remove his entire board right now. And I'm going to swing with my leader, do leader ability to mill the 2. And I'm going to reduce the Porsche by 1, bringing it down to 2. I do have the Lucci in hand, so I am able to pop the Porsche and the Kaya. But with stage, I'm going to reduce the Ichichi down to 5, and I have Finger Pistol in hand. So I'll be able to remove his entire board exactly like that. But before I do the removal, I swing 6 at life with the Brook, whether to see if he's going to give me a counter or take the life. I preferably want to take the life. But Reiju does draw a lot of cards to where you don't gotta be too worried about dropping stuff from hand. So he chucks the 2K Sora. I tap the stage, play Finger Pistol, and KO the Ichiji. Mill 2, which is just another Gecko. And then I play out the Lucci, KO both. I put both Geckos back, and I believe a stage. Yep. So was able to remove his entire board. These Ichijis are being removed instantly, which I am just lucky to be able to draw the removal to get rid of them. It's a 7 cost body, so not easy to remove from the field at all. But currently I am bricked. I have 2 Geckos, an Isho, and a 6 cost Brook. No type of counter in hand. So if I didn't remove that Ichiji and he was able to play out another one, I would have been cooked for sure. Who knows what I have in life at the moment, but 4 cards with no counter is not great. So he starts his turn by playing Kaya, draws 2 and trashes 2. He's trying to cycle out and look for the pieces he needs, or fill out the trash to have the big piece. Again, find the pieces that he needs. But he trashes the little Reiju, which not sure what to think of it. You know, who knows what he's got in his hand at this point. I try to keep the little Rangers just so that I can keep the engine going, but I don't think he's found a big Reiju yet at this point. And then I'm not sure what else he chucked with the Reiju. Oh, chucked the Reiju, and I forgot already. But here he's got 5 Don left. Again, since he Don -2 the last turn, he's kept himself at 6. He's gonna chuck a Porsche to do the Germa search, and he finds the big Reiju that he's been looking for this whole time. And I believe he's gonna do his 2. Yep, 2 to play the Reiju. Don minuses, plays the Reiju from hand, which puts him in that range for 5 cards. So he's gonna draw 2 off character and then draw 1 off his leader to find some more pieces. And then he does Porsche. Who knows, right here, this could have been when he finds his Ichiji. I believe he plays out another Ichiji right here. But he whiffs that Porsche search, and then from hand, he's going to play out, yep, the Ichiji. So he could have found that Ichiji off this Reiju search, which is really big for him. So I just removed 3 bodies just for him to play out 4 bodies in 1 turn, which is crazy. Almost like Lucci with his Gecko play. So here, with his Ichiji, he ends up reducing Brook by 2,000, bringing him down to 4, and he swings the Ichiji at the Brook. I have to let it go, no counter. Swings 5 at life, I take it. Here I opt to triggering it and KOing the Porsche, but it was going to be more useful in hand and reducing, if not drawing more card power, because I have absolutely nothing to use. So here, this is where it's tricky. I could do Gecko, but I don't have the pieces I need in the trash. I don't think I have a... There's no Rebecca in trash at this point. And I don't think there's a Lucci in trash either at the moment. Yeah, so no Lucci in trash, no Rebecca. I have the Spandine with a bunch of CP cards, but no Lucci or Rebecca. The two pieces I need to do the 8 Don, 20 Don turn play. I will opt to using the Tempest Kick to reduce the ECG by 3, but it's really just to draw a card. So it's down to 4. I am able to pop it with the Brook, but instead, I opt to do it differently. I'm going to attach 3 Don to the Lucci here. And, well, after I swing with the leader. So I swung with leader for 5, mill the 2. I end up getting the Lucci into trash. So that's one of the pieces that I was looking for my Gecko play. Now I just need a Rebecca. But I wouldn't have got there if I didn't use the Tempest Kick to draw that first card. If not, I would have milled that Brook and the other card before the Lucci. So I was mainly looking for the Rebecca. Guess what I was saying. But I got one of the pieces I needed. So here's where I attached 3 Don to the Lucci, so I can swing 9 at the Ichiji. I don't think he's got a lot of counter, because I've seen him play out 2 Kayas, and I've seen him chuck Soras for counter and plays. So he lets go of the Ichiji. He didn't have the counter. Play the 6-cost Brook to remove the Porsche. I choose the Porsche over the Reiju because the Reiju gets more value being in the trash. He can continuously cycle it out with the little baby Reiju. So once the Porsche hits the trash, it's going to stay there. It's not going to come back. So Porsche is definitely the better target in the situation. So I pass to him. He's got 5 Don. I only have 3k counter in hand, which is the Kaku and the 1-cost Brook. So if I didn't remove that Ichiji, he could have went for lethal. So that was a high priority that turn before to get rid of it. Here he's trying to figure out how to swing out at me. But he plays stage over stage, and he chucks a chopper to search. I believe he searched prior to this. I just didn't see it. But here, I forget what he grabs here. He's thinking very hard here. Well, while he thinks about that, what I'm trying to do my next turn is I want to mill a Rebecca into the trash. Because if I'm able to do that, I'm able to do my main play. So he finally decided. He chose the Niji, and he's going to play out the Niji. He's going to Don minus and play out the big Niji from trash. I believe he's going to bounce the Lucci, which is your better target, since if you bounce Khalifa, it's going to give me a 2k. The Brook is out of range, so Lucci would be the best choice, but at the same time, it gives me another card in hand that can pop 2 bodies off the field. So that's the only risky thing with doing that. So he swings 6 with leader. I counter out with the Kaku for 2k, and he's going to swing 5 with the Reiju, and I'm just going to counter with the Brook in hand. Yep, so there's the swing. Brook's leaving. Officially no counter in hand once again. So I draw a 2k counter Kaku for the start of turn. 10 Don. I'm gonna swing 7 at the Reiju, specifically to get rid of it, because again, I can reduce the Niji with leader ability and then do stage and then KO both the Kaya and the Niji in the same turn. But lo and behold, the heart of the cards was with me. So do leader ability, and I finally mill the Rebecca. and he ends up letting the Reiju go. So the Niji's reduced by 1, tap the stage, it's at 2, tap the 8 Dawn, and Gecko hits the field. So Rebecca right away hits the field. Here, I was hoping to find a Spandam, but I realized I haven't even seen 1-cost Spandam at all this game. So I just play out the Suru to reduce the Niji down to 0. Didn't need to, but I just did it just to do it. So Suru reduces it. Rebecca, I'm going to grab the Spandine from the trash that I just went over. So play Spandine over Suru. Spandine ability, put 3 CP cards to the bottom of the deck. I could play out a 4-cost. So I end up playing the Lucci. Lucci goes over the Spandine, KOs both the Niji and the Kaya, and I'm going to just put the stage and 3 other cards, specifically not the CP card. So if I need to do a Spandine play again, if I find another Rebecca, I am able to. So I completely cleared the board again. I'm trying to figure out how much Don he's at, and then I asked to look at his trash. Here I'm looking to see how many Ichijis, little Ichijis, are in the trash, and I believe he only has 3. So that's 1, 2, 3. Yep. So there's 1 more Ichiji in his deck that he could play out and swing for 7 or 8. I decided to swing with the Brook. This was the risk that I was trying to do, because potentially I could give him that last Ichiji that he needs, but I'm also trying to put him more in range for lethal next turn once I get through this turn, because the only things that he could do at this point is he can bounce the Rebecca to hand with the Niji if he's able to play it out, or if he plays out the Ichiji, he can reduce the Lucci by 2,000. But I still have a blocker, so I have a blocker, and I'm for sure gonna get through a swing or get through this turn no matter what. So he ends up finding the baby Reiju with the Germa search, and he's gonna tap the 2 and play her out, I believe. Yep. So Don minuses, plays out the big Reiju, and he's gonna draw 3 cards with it. So draws his 3 cards. Here again, he's looking for the Ichiji. That's all he's digging for at the moment. And his deck is looking very thin. Almost, he's searching through this thing like crazy. So here he's contemplating how to do it. Not sure if he even found that last Ichiji at the moment, but he does have leader swing. But again, I have this blocker, so even if he attaches all 4 Don and swings at the Brook or the Lucci, I'm gonna block it with the Rebecca. There's no point in not doing it, because then next turn I could go for lethal. And then here he does Kaya search. At this point, I'm not sure why he does it. Again, he's just trying to filter out the hand, but he won't be able to play Ichiji if he finds it, and he needs to get through this turn. And he ends up playing the Chopper. And he swings 6 at life. I just counter with the Kaku. And I draw into another Lucci. So I just was forever, for whatever reason, able to get through all of this. So all I got to do is get through the Chopper blocker at this point. So I'm just going to attach a Don, swing 5 with Khalifa. This is basically just to bait out a counter from hand, or just give me the Chopper blocker so I didn't have to invest more Don. Because all I'm going to do now is tap 4, play out the Lucci. Lucci's going to KO the Chopper and the Kaya. Not too worried. He only had 1 card in hand by this point. So I'm just going to swing 7s across in case it's a 2K. So I attach 1 Don the Brook. Hit life. He ends up taking it. Again, only 1 card in hand. And I attach 2 to leader. And I'm going to swing 7 once again. He ends up countering the swing, so leaving him with 0 in hand. I end up just attaching the last 2 Don that I have to the Lucci, which you're going to see here. Attach the Lucci, and then I swing a Gecko for game. And that's it. If you guys like the channel or the content, make sure you guys subscribe, leave a like, and comment down below what you guys thought.